Hello everybody and welcome to another review on the channel finally after a long time. Um, I was moving from one house to another and working, so I was a bit disconnected of the channel, but I'm back. And today we're going to be reviewing the Zenit ET camera, which is a very special camera, and uh, we'll give the history, how to use it, and how to check it as usual. So the Zenit ET, again, it's a camera manufactured by Zenit from the Soviet Union. This camera was manufactured in the Soviet period of the company, and it was produced from 1981 to 1991. It came in different versions. It came with this silver color and metal construction, black color and metal construction, gray color and metal construction, and black color and plastic construction. They were made in the KMZ plant, the Krasnogorsk mechanical plant, and the Belomo plant. The KMZ factory made 61,069 eyes, and Belomo factory did around 3 million cameras. And the cameras were equipped normally with Helios 44M7, Helios 44M4 lenses, and some versions were equipped with this Helios 44-2 because they didn't came with Aperture automation, which I'll explain and show you in a second. This camera is pretty much a modernization of a modernization. This camera is the modernization of the Zenit EM right here. The things they didn't quite modernize in the EM, they did modernize it in the ET. So this is a modernization of the modernization, and it incorporates kind of the ultimate systems that were to date when the camera was released, except for the electronic light metering, because this has a selenium light metering. These cameras, by the look of it, by the feel of it, if you look the leather of it, of the case, you can see it's thinner and it's a simpler case, and the camera feels a bit simpler, and that's because this was kind of a cheap camera, the cheap camera that Zenit made, because it used the old EM bodies, this body and the selenium light metering system. It didn't have the new body styles like the Zenit 11, which is kind of a bit more robust camera. So I believe this was kind of the entry option during those years. That doesn't mean it is a bad camera, okay? So what did they do different in the ET versus the EM? Look at the controls. These two controls were changed. They changed the knobs for the light metering system. This is the ET, this is the EM. The EM had the old E style, as you can see, and they switched the speed selector. This is the EM, the E, it includes the E selector, and finally in the ET they upgraded it to the newer selector. And that's pretty much the whole changes they made to the camera. They took a Zenit EM and they updated it with the new cloth shooting mechanism and the new speed selector and the new style of knobs. Now the aperture automation is as the ET. I don't know if you can see it. Well, it's hard to see. You can see there that thing moving is the same thing I showed you on the Zenit EM that the Zenit E didn't have. That is the aperture automation, and that allows you to use Helios 44M4 lenses and upwards that don't have the automatic closure as this one does. That thing on the camera allows you to use the lenses that have the little pin to close. So you can use this camera with both style of lenses. The camera is like any other Zenit. It has the same speed range. It has the same ISO range. It has the same mount M42, and it has the same controls and configurations. So it's not that different of a camera. I just switched the lens here. A recommendation when you have one of these cameras, put this into your camera in the light sensor, because when this light sensor is exposed to light, the elements inside it decay and eventually it dies. So if you protect it to the light while putting black tape or putting it inside the case, it will last longer potentially. So do that. So now let's review the controls of this camera. On the front, what controls we have? Obviously the lens. You can screw it or unscrew it. M42 mount, and you can use any Helios lens compatible for the mount M42. The attachment for the strings. Another very important modernization they did on this camera is, you see this little button here, sorry, this little bolt. Well, the Zenit EM doesn't have that bolt. The ET does. What that bolt is, when you remove it, you are accessing the needle mechanism, and you can adjust the light system. Obviously a professional and so on that knows how to do that is the one who has to do it, not you, not me, because I don't know. But it's nice to know that this version, this iteration of the camera comes with that little thing. And also at the front we have the light sensor. This is the light sensor, the timing knob, the release for the knob, the flash socket, and that's all the controls on the front. To the right side of the camera, there are no controls. To the back of the camera, the only control you have is the cocking lever. To the left side, the only control you have is the opening for the battery and the opening for the film tray. You pull this little silver thing up, and it opens. On the down part, you have no controls whatsoever, except for the hole for the leather case and your manufacturer's logo. This is a Belomo camera, quite common because they made 2 millions, and the raiders are the KMZ factory ETs. So if you have a KMZ factory ET, it's a weirder camera than a normal ET. And finally, on the top, we have the controls. We have the light system mechanism. I will do a video on how to use this later. Flash socket, speed control, shooting and release button, film counter, and your cocking lever. The basics on how to use the camera. To open it, you open the tray, load your film, and the important other control is, when you have finished using your film, what you do is the shooting button, you push it down all the way, and then you twist it to the left, and that will rotate this other button right here that has a red knob. You twist that all the way, and when it's twisted all the way, you can rewind the film. After you're done doing that, you simply twist it all the way, and then you push and twist the shooting button, and you load until it shoots correctly again. Overall, the Zenit ET, it's a pretty cool camera. The last and most modern fully manual Zenit without any electronics. A very good camera, I think. It's really cool. I have taken some pictures with it and it works great. And it's another option to consider it if you want to buy a Zenit camera or a film camera. You want to experiment and have a good machine and not using a lot of money. This is a very good option. It's a cheap and very common camera. So if you want to start, this is also a recommended camera for starting. Thank you guys for watching. If anyone has any doubt or want more in-depth review of this camera, please let me in the comments. Any doubts you have, let them in the comments. And thanks for watching.